We do want to go back to the tech space and specifically what's going on with earnings. We just got Oracle's fiscal fourth quarter results just a few minutes ago. They did beat on several key metrics. And of course, a lot of people are really focused in on their AI ambitions. They talked about a lot about that in the press release, particularly coming on the heels of that announcement that we had about the partnership with GoHair. Brent Thill joining us right now, Jefferies equity research analyst. Talk a little bit more, Brent, about, I guess, how much AI is really going to drive potential revenue growth going forward. Is there something substantive here, or are these just buzzwords?
Yeah, it's substantive. Larry Ellison in the press release said that they secured over $2 billion of contracts for their Oracle Cloud infrastructure. So that, is already driving a considerable amount of tailwind for Oracle. And again, it's a rounding error relative to the size of Amazon, Google, and Microsoft's business. So, you put into context, they are not going to be the number one beneficiary from AI, but they certainly are benefiting as the rest of the ecosystem is. So good to see that number. Stock is cheap. We think overall expectations are still pretty subdued. Most investors are still overweight. Many of the other big tech names. So Oracle's sentiment still, it's been good, but it hasn't been as good as the others.
Yeah, maybe not as good as others. And I think it's a good point. You say they don't necessarily have to be number one in AI. I was taking a look at the cloud revenue growth, pretty impressive, 54% growth here in the recent quarter here. The idea is that if they make AI a component of that, they don't need to be a leader in AI, quotation marks around that, as long as they have something that their clients feel sort of hits those notes that they need or that they feel like they want to see within those broader products.
That's right. I mean, look, they're late to cloud. I mean, the reason why their growth rates are so good right now is because they were so late and they're finally getting their act together. So give Oracle a lot of credit for getting on the right side of this move. But they've been late, so growth rates look higher than others. And that's just because they haven't been number one. On AI, they're the last one to say anything about AI. Everyone else has said this. So again, Oracle has been following the rest of the industry. They have not been leading the industry. But it goes back to there are going to be multiple vendors that benefit. We think this is a value name. It's not a growth name. It's a value name as it relates to they will benefit from this movement. Their application portfolio is in a really good position with their finance and HR apps doing very well. And again, the Oracle Cloud infrastructure has gotten way better remarks than we've heard, over the last couple years. So they're really getting their act together. Again, I don't think there's a breakout play here. I think it's stable, it's steady. But again, don't expect a breakout. They're just actually where they should have been 3-4 years ago. They're back in the game.
Okay, well, I'm curious, when you talk about value, I mean, are you basing that, because I'm just looking at some of the multiples. Some of them look a little elevated, and of course the stock closed at a record high earlier today, Brent. You're comfortable with those valuations?
Yeah, for Oracle, it's one of the cheapest names in software. It trades at a high teen earnings number. And if you think about where the rest of the tech is, it's a significant discount. Now, their growth rate is not going to be the same, but they've put a forecast out there to be a $65 billion company with a 45% margin. And if they can generate that, that means high single-digit growth from here on out, and margins continuing to improve from the low 40s to mid 40s. Those are respectable numbers for a stock trading at a high teen multiple. That's not outrageous. Remember, Microsoft's close to 30, Nvidia, a number of their other peers are way higher. Again, way higher growth at other places. But again, the way we bracket this is not the best growth story. This is not your best AI story. Microsoft and many others are in that bucket. This is a good value story where everyone has discounted and doesn't believe in Oracle. We've covered Oracle for 2+ decades. This company has their act together finally, and it's coming through all the checks. They are late. They were stuck in the abyss for a long time. So they are doing better. But again, it's not, there's no massive breakout where if I'm Amazon, Google, or Microsoft, I'm shaking in my boots. I'm not.